I thought I was a balloon. Acupuncture is helping, but it's getting really expensive at £50 a pop. I've actually also got an issue with my DNA where it's in reverse. When I found out, the doctor told me, I just replied, and? But autism is definitely the thing that affects me the most. Now, there are many descriptions and depictions of autism in the media. You've got the meltdowns, the social awkwardness, the inability to look people in the eye. I'm sure, but one of my favourite bits about autism, and I want to highlight the positives here, is the special interest. Now, I can see you quaking in your boots there. Oh God, he's just going to go on for half an hour about trains, isn't he? But no, I'm going to go on to something far more niche and obscure than that. Castles. Now, this isn't my first special interest. For a while, I was actually really into Italian soup. To the point where I actually started my own Italian soup restaurant. Unfortunately, went into administrating. But alas, my current fixation is castles, which brings us to this. This is my castle spreadsheet. It's probably the closest thing I've got to a mistress, and I'm saying that with my girlfriend in the room. And it's something of which I have spent countless hours on, probably more time than mind to read. It lists all 5,106 castles in alphabetical order by historic county. We don't want any of those Heathian modern counties in here. And then by alphabetical order within that. Each castle has a bit of information in yellow here, a couple of notes, some personal notes, and general location information over there. Sure, and I'm sure you're wondering, there aren't that many castles, surely. Well, not visible. Almost a third of all castles on this list have no visible remains. Almost 2/3 have no visible remains or are just earthwork. Which brings me to my favourite game. Is it a castle or an empty field? So, what were you thinking? Is this a castle or an empty field?
Empty field.
It's too empty, I reckon it's a castle.
It is, in fact, a castle. This mount here used to have a Norman Motte and Bailey on it. It's near Wooler in Northumberland. Number 2, are we thinking castle or not a castle? You can't just shout out.
Empty field.
It is, in fact, an empty field.
It's too high.
There is it's a Iron Age hill fort near Colwall, Hertfordshire. About 20-minute walk that way per photo is a castle. But no, this is just an empty field. And finally, is this one? Oh. Whoa!
It's not a castle.
And it's this one. Is this a castle or an empty field?
It equals castle again, it feels open enough.
Yeah. Castle.
It is in fact a castle. Now, this here, I was hoping there'd be better image quality, but this here is a Roman wall that was, because it's Roman, it's of no interest to me whatsoever. But this empty field, this is the interesting bit. And that also had a Norman Motte and Bailey on it. So, you're well trained now. You can see in detail the difference between a deeply historical and important field and a common and not important to anyone empty field. This is an important skill that you will use throughout your life, remember it.